Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IS Academy. In this video, we'll be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty, Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? India deploys heavy weaponry in Chicken Neck or Siliguri region under strategic tensions. What exactly is happening and why is India focused on one of its most vulnerable zones? In this video, we will be seeing as to why is it news, what is the relevance of it to UPSC. There is a GS paper too. We will also be seeing about why the Siliguri region and how the Siliguri region is important and why is it the constant zone of conflict between your China and India. Look at this. India fortifies Chicken Neck as Bangladesh and China eyes strategic corridor. Before we enter into the topic, we have a small announcement from Legacy IS Academy. For those of you who are looking in to visualize your UPSC Civil Service examination stream, look no further, you have found the right spot with Legacy IS Academy. The reason I tell you you have one of the best things with respect to Legacy IS Academy is for, be it from your prelims to your mains or interview, every single stage you are handled and hand guided alongside personal mentoring. To make sure this happens, Legacy IS Academy has fixed the class strength of strictly limited to 40 member per batch. The classes are starting. For more information on the classes, do check out the description box below. Alongside, if you are a student, working professional, or a graduate, you have classes which are curated according to your times. Do check that out. Let's say you are worried about the fact that my graduation is in different subject, my foundation is not right. Do not worry about, because Legacy IS Academy first offers you a foundational NCRT course and then the advanced classes are given to you. To have an access as to how the classes are conducted, to get an idea about it, you can schedule an offline class in the institute, or you can go to Legacy IS mobile application and have instant access to a demo class. Alright? For those of you who are appearing for Prelims 2025, Legacy IS Academy has come up with Prelims mock test series, free all India test series. Do check that out, take the test, see where your preparation stands. Alright? Now, let's get back to the video. Look at this. Pakistan, China, Bangladesh coming together. Expert theory hints India making secret submarine to counter trio. Behind India's move to fortify Chicken's Neck, Yunus chokes the Chicken's Neck in Beijing. Strategic and geopolitical importance of India's Siliguri Corridor, be it with respect to secretive missions, to the fact that your Muhammad Yunus choking Chicken's Neck. What exactly is happening in all of this? See, let me break it down very clearly to you. India and its seven sisters, that is our northeastern states, the seven sisters, are connected to each other by a narrow strip of land called as Siliguri or Chicken's Neck, which is in West Bengal. It is very narrow because it's hardly 22 kilometers wide. This is the only direct connection for us from our one part of India to another part of India. Understanding? In between comes your Bangladesh. Now, this has been like this. We are okay with this. We have somehow made things work, etc. Your Bangladesh recently, that is last year, 2024, it ousted its former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, where she is now in India. She has fled Bangladesh and now she is taking refuge in India. Now Bangladesh is having an interim government headed by Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus, who is a Nobel laureate. Understanding? One of the constant conflicts among India and Bangladesh presently is Bangladesh is asking for the extradition of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And another issue that India is for showcasing Bangladesh is how the minorities are treated, how the Hindus are treated, and how the security situation has escalated beyond control. When India and Bangladesh are in this kind of tense scenario, We have our Bangladesh ka health amenities are dependent on India, your Bengal. So what happened in West Bengal is over the criticism of how Bangladesh is treating the minorities and Hindus, they denied treatment. Not all hospitals, few hospitals. For this, China swooped in, telling to Bangladesh, I am ready to offer you 1,000-bed facilities. I will be there to protect your interests. Also, China and Bangladesh, amidst India's protests, are trying to be extending their part of Belt Road Initiative, which means your interim government headed by Muhammad Yunus went to China and even told that India's northeast is a landlocked border and its savior into the ocean has always been Bangladesh. It went a step ahead and told China to consider using Bangladesh as an extension of Chinese economy. Directly, this has raised eyebrows in New Delhi, and that too coming from Bangladesh to the state their country is in right now. There are also allegations of Pakistan elements trying to establish a coup in Bangladesh, that is, trying to get pro Pakistan people in Bangladesh. When your Bangladesh went to China, it also spoke about trying to come forward for Tista Water Agreement, trying to bring in an extension of China within Bangladesh. When all of this is to happen, China is readily agreeing because one of the main reason is it is a geopolitical tension and a direct standoff, and it can have more easy access to threaten India's security. And for that, it is trying to come closer to your Siliguri. For example, the tensions very recently, you would have seen your China telling that it should be the dance of the dragon and the elephant, wherein they are telling more close workmanship, that is more close of work diplomatic is needed with respect to India and China to counter your US is what your China is telling. This at least this level of talks are happening, and this was happening in a very situation of 4 years of cold war almost from both India and China, because 2017 Doklam standoff, when your China was trying to sneakily build a road in Bhutan which will give direct access to our Siliguri. So this Siliguri, this 22 kilometers of a narrow strip is enough to choke India. This is one of the most vulnerable zones, and amidst that, this Bangladesh ka issue has further escalated it. Indian Army Chief has gone to Siliguri to make sure that, see, this might have been our vulnerable zone, but today it is not going to be our vulnerable zone, but it is going to be our most militarized and secure zone of our country. We are not going to leave it into a vulnerable place, but we are going to secure it so much so that your China or any other external forces try to threaten the security of India, they will be counteracted with equal measures. They have launched a regiment of BrahMos, they have launched a regiment of Rafael, they have launched a regiment of S-400s to make sure that our all versions are protected. Look at this. This is the narrow strip of land that I was talking about, just the 22 kilometers. Right? This is that Siliguri. This Siliguri of India is the neighbor of Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and China. Yunus refers to India's northeast states in bid to lure China. Look at this. Muhammad Yunus referred to the 7 states in northeast India seeking to attract Chinese investment in his country. He positioned Bangladesh as the only guardian of the ocean, and China should use it as a gateway for economic expansion, and referenced Indian states as landlocked. The Trishakti Corps, which is stationed in our Siliguri region, has built the strongest defense line in Siliguri, so as to make sure that state-of-the-art weaponry, Rafale jets, BrahMos missiles, and advanced air systems are stationed there. Look at this. In your 2017 Doklam standoff under Operation Juniper, almost 280 of your armed Indian soldiers marched with two bulldozers to Sikkim and went to the Doklam and did not let for the completion of the road which they were laying in Bhutan, which will have direct region to direct access to your Siliguri. This was the first instance of how vulnerable that zone is and how China is always trying to eye and pry on that region. So, based on the history, now we are not waiting for them to do something like that, but rather we are ready for anything that is to come. Look at this. According to India's army chief, rather than being a vulnerability, the chicken neck is India's strongest military region where forces from West Bengal, Sikkim, and Northeast can be mobilized quickly in case of any threat. Multi-layered security measures are taken. How? Deployment of advanced military assets such as Rafael in Hashimara Air Base alongside your MiG aircrafts, BrahMos missile regiments, surface to air missiles so as to our aerial security is protected with S-400 missile system, MRSAM and Akash air defense system to protect additional layer of air security, and regular military drills are carried out by Trishakti Corps using live fire drills with T-90 tanks. And also, your Chief of Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan has visited Siliguri region to check and review the operational readiness and India's commitment to safeguarding its territorial integrity. China trying to protect its investment and also trying to aggress. That is, it is no myth that China is a master aggressor. It always wants to take territory which is not its or it claims is its. You can see how much of a conflict China has with respect to South China Sea, how much it has a conflict with Japan, how much it has a conflict with Philippines. All possible neighboring countries, it has conflicts over territorial issues. And one such is your Doklam standoff that India and China had, which led to a period of complete cold phase. This historical context now proves that, and especially with growing, your China's your China is trying to protect its investment in the Belt Road Initiative in your Bangladesh, for which it is ready to extend talks with former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was also very well met in China. Now, presently, the interim government, Mohammed Yunus, is also very well met in China. It also communicates with the non-state actors. It goes to any extent to protect its economic interest and its so-called territorial claims. And alongside that, the issues or the situation now in our neighboring country is also pretty much volatile. Added to this, this is trying to counter India's security and national integrity, for which India does have to take this stance. And India has also told that it is watching and it is very closely watching and guarding as to what developments are happening with respect to Dhaka and Beijing. Okay, we reached the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to us, hit the like button, and share along with your friends. Thank you.